This is The Intro. And I'm your host, Gus Summers. Good to be back with you today. We got in-studio guests, tall, dark, and 90. All right, we got Jared, Ryan, and Matty. What is going on? How you guys feeling? Feeling okay?
Hey, awesome.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's go clockwise. Let's go to Matty D. Matty D. So tell us, you liked Engelbert Humperdinck, right? Neil Diamond.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Perry
All right.
Como.
Perry Como. Nice.
The greats, right? Of course.
Art Linkletter, you bet. So tell us what got you on this fast track stardom.
Well, starting off from the bat, my father's a musician, so I grew up, watching him play live and watching him practice at home, and he got me into playing guitar and bass, and basically every instrument I know how to play today is what he got me started. He's real versatile. And, I grew up listening to a lot of kind of old school stuff, Kool and the Gang, and,
nice.
Did Motown Temptations and stuff like that. And then he also got me into classic rock, Led Zeppelin and The Doors, just like everybody else.
Right.
And then I kind of came into my own in the 90s, like I said, listening to Pearl Jam and Red Hot Chili Peppers and everything else like these guys here. So
Sweet. Does your dad still play?
Oh yeah,
Does
absolutely. He still gigs around town. And,
does he?
And he's known as one of the old school guys around
Nice,
town. So it's
nice.
kind of cool as I've played. I run into people all the time. They're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know your dad.
Yeah,
he's
so
pretty
it's really
sweet.
cool.
Yeah, that's nice. You guys jam together at some point,
We
I'm
jammed
sure.
a lot. Oh,
Have
yeah.
you? Yeah,
Definitely.
Nice. So what was some bands that influenced you, or singers that really grabbed you?
Singers, bands. I mean, everyone from Pink Floyd to Radiohead to like I said, Chili Peppers, Smashing Pumpkins, Alice in Chains. I could go on forever.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, right.
And stuff like that.
Nice. So what was some of your favorite songs that you used to like to play?
Favorite songs I used to play? I mean, of course, I grew up learning "Smoke on the Water," just like every guitar player out there. I don't think there's anybody who's picked up a guitar who hasn't tried to play "Smoke on the Water."
Nice.
And from then, I just I evolved and read tab books and stuff to Metallica, and the Black Album was big when I got into music, and so everything from that, Stone Temple Pilots, I can go on forever about influences like that.
So who were some of your favorite guitarists? Stevie Ray Vaughan, Van Halen,
Love
Eddie?
Stevie Ray Vaughan, David Gilmour, I'd have to say. I can even go a little bit more recent and say John Frusciante from the Chili Peppers has a huge influence on me. Dave Navarro from Jane's Addiction.
Yeah.
Guitar players like that.
You see that commercial with Dave Navarro? When there's a commercial about these middle-aged guys going to rock camp. And have you seen it? No. They're talking about the guys are trying to learn guitar, and Dave Navarro's sitting there and he's doing his thing, and he goes, "Okay, do it just like that." And the guy's just staring at him, and he's all, "What?" Okay. Nice. So you're sitting in your room practicing your guitar. Your dad comes in and says, "What are you doing? Don't do it like that. Do it like this."
Yeah, it wasn't mostly like that. It's funny because. I wanted to learn guitar. My dad kind of, I think, either let me borrow one of his or borrowed one from somebody, a loaner, just to see if I was into it.
Right.
You know what I mean? People spend all this money on a kid who says, I want to play guitar. And then
You're right, yeah, 20 minutes later.
Exactly. And so, he got me a guitar, I strummed around on it, and one day he comes into my room, he goes, "You like it?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "You want to learn how to play?" I go, "Yeah." Reaches in his back pocket and throws a little chord book at me.
Is that right?
Yeah, and so he's like, "Figure it out."
Good luck.
And then eventually along the way, he definitely gave me tips and pointers and helped it out. But he wanted to see if I was really truly into it first. I think.
Yeah, sure. Put the effort in. Did you pick up any bad habits when you were practicing?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Definitely. Yeah. Like I said, I was never formally trained. I didn't even take a single guitar lesson until about 2-3 years ago, something like that. So
so just recently.
I definitely had some wrong fingerings going on, and I didn't necessarily know a whole lot about theory or notes or anything like that. But But I played and I practiced a lot, and I knew how to play well my way.
Right. Well, it's from the heart. That's all that matters. If you can,
it all just kind of evolves.
Right. Even if you're using the 3 wrong fingers for C or G, you know.
Not anymore, but back then, yeah, definitely.
Remember those books where they didn't even have the number of the finger? It was just a black dot. You just kind of put it on.
Wherever it goes. That's how I play. That's why I don't have a guitar in my hand.
I used to have a weird finger with my C like this, and a buddy said, "What are you doing?" I go, "Well, there's no numbers. I just figured it out like this."
It works this way.
It works,
Sounds
but
right.
like typing, type.
Exactly.
Right on. So what song you have for us now? I know you got another one. What do you guys want to play?
Alley Cat, the one we
Alley
talked about
Cat.
earlier.
Nice. All right.
First one.
All right, let's do it. 90s. Tall Dr. 90s. Alley Cat.
Standing on his tiptoes, screaming at the top of his lungs. Well, he's feeding off that energy from that girl that stands beside him and his friends. This is his campground, where foxes go digging through the same old scrap of fat. Oh, this is his astroturf, he's begging for a reason to leave right off that bench. Where you headed to? Can I go with you? Girl, I need to feel you close. I swear I love you, touch the most. Where you headed to? Can I go with you? Girl, I need to feel you close. I swear I love you, touch the most. Well, they're standing on the tiptoes, they're screaming at the top of their lungs. Yeah, they're feeding off that energy from that girl that stands beside them and their friends. This is their campground, where foxes go digging through the same old scrap of fat. Oh, this is their astroturf, they're begging for a reason to leave right off that bench. Where you headed to? Can I go with you? Girl, I need to feel you close. I swear I love you, touch the most. Where you headed to? Can I go with you? Girl, I need to feel you close. I swear I love you, touch the most. On my tiptoes, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Yeah, I'm feeding off that energy from that girl that stands beside me and my friends. This is my campground, where foxes go digging through the same old scrap of fat. Oh, this is my astroturf, I'm begging for a reason to leap right off that bench. Where you headed to? Can I go with you? Girl, I need to feel you close. I swear I love you, touch the most. Where you headed to? Can I go with you? Girl, I need to feel you close. I swear I love you, touch the most. Where you headed to? Can I go with you? Girl, I need to feel you close. I swear I love you, touch the most.
Yeah, fantastic. This is the song, one of the songs you played the night I saw you guys.
Your YouTube, yeah.
That's
YouTube,
it.
yeah.
And the one that helped promote today's show. That's right.
That's the one.
Yeah, I love. You know, there was when I was looking at the video, when I was watching it again, I said, you know, it was perfect. Got all of you. You know, everyone looked great. I loved you with the beanie, you know, the whole thing. I was just like, you know, that's a rock band right there. You know, that's
we were squeezed up in there too, man.
It was a little
like,
stage.
well, this is your spot. You know? And so yeah, we squeezed up in there.
Dude, and it was perfect. It was, you know, that was that other camera I was telling you I had. So you're perfect right in my shot. I said, wow, this is perfect.
I think we had 2 mics between all of us. Probably. All 5 of us were there.
Yeah.
We sat literally at the edge of the stage.
You did.
With our
That's
feet
right.
dangling
Yeah,
down,
you're all up there. Yeah, that
huddled
was
together.
Yeah, we'll make it. We'll play a show.
That's
Make
right.
it happen.
That's right. And we were talking about your 13-hour travel for one show.
13 hours round trip for a 30-minute show to 5 people.
Our equipment was still thawing out when we put it on stage.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's dedication. See, that's what gets you there.
Yeah,
That's
you make it. You gotta make it.
That's right. And you know what? Again, I love your sound and I love your voice. You gotta, it's smooth and easy. I sing like this. I got one of those grumpy voices, and my voice gets all hoarse. That's why I say I'm not a singer.
The guy we were just watching the other day.
Tom Waits.
Tom Waits. Got Tom Waits going on.
Yeah, something like that. That's right. Thank you for putting me there. Thank you, gentlemen. Invite you back anytime.
You got it. You got it. You
Yeah.
got the Bob Seger, but you got the Kenny Loggins going on.
The Kenny Loggins. That's right, the beard. Nice. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. That was one song I really liked when I heard that night.
Thanks.
So, again, you guys all came together and came up with that one, or how'd you write that one?
Again, like it started out with us, you know what I mean? We played it for a while, about a year before Matty came in, and I remember it was probably one of the first songs we played with Matty, because at first we were without a drummer, and Matty and Tom came, and we were going to start doing some blues gig at some barbecue place for some extra money, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how we started playing. And then I remember one day we were practicing, our Eric Clapton cocaine and these different things we were doing,
Nice.
And we said, hey, do you know any Tall, Dark, and 90 songs? He's like, well, I know Alley Cat. And he busts out with the solo, on it. And we're like, why haven't we been doing that all this time? It's just,
I love it.
It was great, you know what I mean? Because we didn't know that we needed another guitar player.
Right.
Until we found the right guitar player.
Not to mention he plays the solo behind his head.
Yeah, not to mention he'll play that solo behind his head.
That's live. You have to come to the
Live.
show to see that.
That's right. That's
I
right.
went to a practice, and then I just call him a show-off.
Yeah, just show off.
Show off. We already saw you.
Yeah, see, Matty, it's us. It's old school. Yeah. Nice. So, how do you feel the band is now? Pretty much, the core, it's set.
Oh man, like I said, we have a pretty good following, and we have a pretty solid set, but we are constantly evolving. You know what I mean? We came to the agreement that if any of us have an idea to try something, we try it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Even if, somebody might drag their feet and say, oh, I don't know about that, we still try it. You know what I mean? Because you never know, like you say, when you're going to bring this guy in, he's going to play a solo that was a missing piece of the puzzle.
Right.
That you never even knew was missing.
Right.
So
you're open to experimentation and such.
Always. I mean, we have our core songs, you know what I mean,
right.
that we stick to, but, they do, little things here and there, and I'm sure it's the same with all artists. We're talking about Van Halen touring again this next year, and talking about, we wonder what it sounds like to hear Eddie Van Halen play Eruption now. I'm sure it is just,
nothing
like the original from the old album, but I'm sure it's just amazing. And
That's
something
right.
that he's been constantly perfecting and tooling throughout his whole career, 30 years later.
Let me do it here, let me do it there.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey guys, again, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. All right, well, this is Gus Summers. You've been listening to The In Show, and we have in-studio guests, Tall, Dark, and 90. Well, we're going to have a lot more of their music in just a little bit, so you hang in there. We're going to start our next segment in a minute. Hang in there.